All right, everybody, welcome to Raise Hail, Praise Dale. I'm Voodoo. That's JT Dallas over there.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna do a special episode. We did hit a milestone of 25 subscribers, but this is not gonna be that special bonus episode. So look forward to that one coming soon. This one is for the news of Stewart-Haas closing its doors at the end of the season.
Rest in peace, Stewart-Haas.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is basically do a way too early 2025 driver prediction for where those charters are gonna go, and maybe some of the other shuffling going around too. That's what the plan is for this one. So of course, like he said, rest in peace, Stewart-Haas Racing. But looking forward to what 2025 brings. So we're gonna roll that intro and get right into the picks.
Yeah.
All right. You're good. So for this, we're not going to be in this view because we do have a graphic that we made that we're going to be revealing. So our cameras will be kind of small, but it's a graphic that kind of depicts a visual stance of where all of our picks are going to be. So we're going to switch over to that scene. And as we go through these notes here, you'll notice on this first slide, it's got my logo. So we're going to go basically down the list of where I think people are going to be at first. And then we're going to flip over to JT Dallas's picks because we do not agree on some picks here. So hey, that's part of
I think we only have a couple that are the same. Unlike our way too early 2024
playoff predictions. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were pretty similar on the playoffs, but I think this one we differ quite a bit.
For sure. So let me pull up my notes here, and we should be able to just roll on through this because, the first 20-25 drivers or so are going to be obvious because, that's how it rolls. So to start things off, why do I keep closing that? To start things off, we got the confirmation of somebody signing a multi-year extension, and that'd be, of course, old Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Going to be staying in the 47.
He's got to pay for that fine,
Yeah, he's got to make up that $75,000. I think he'll be all right. With that being said, we don't know if Kroger is sticking with him. We shall see. That news is to be determined. But for now, Ricky Stenhouse is staying in the 47. That's going to be the same for both of us. Next up is something that's already been announced as well. Going to Spire Motorsports is Michael McDowell in the 71. That's pretty obvious because it's already been announced. That's a multi-year deal as well. A rookie that signed a multi-year deal would be Carson Hocevar, staying in the 77 for a while. He's not going nowhere. And then, of course, old Corey LaJoy, the other Spire Motorsports guy. Don't know what the contract entails for him, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I'm pretty sure he's going to stick to that 7. You want to jump to the next ones we got here?
I was reading ahead, making sure that my notes made sense. I'm sorry, guys. In Hendrick Motorsports, they're all 4 of them. You got Chase, Kyle, Alex, William. They're all contracted out to at least next season, which is Byron's contract. So none of them are going anywhere. And I'll save what I was going to say for later.
Okay. Jumping to next team that we're gonna think is sticking around, at least for their current 2 charters. Well, this is my picks, remember. Number 6 of Brad Keselowski. I mean, he's part owner. He ain't going nowhere. And then old Chris Buescher, also is contracted through 2026 at least, so he's not going anywhere either.
Yes, sir. And then, so the next team we've got is Penske. Number 22, Joey Logano. His contract is through 2025 at least. Ryan Blaney signed a multi-year extension in 2022, so he's pretty much signed up for it. The only one that's kind of iffy is Austin Cindric, but he's likely to return. We don't really know what his contract is, so we don't know. It could be till 2026. Nobody knows.
So speaking of Austin, we'll go with Austin Dillon. No, he's contracted through at least next season, so he's not going anywhere. And then old Rowdy. You really think that RCR is going to let him go? I mean, come on. He's staying put.
Let's be honest. He's the moneymaker in that. I mean, Grandpa can only carry you so far.
Right.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if Dylan doesn't get his act together, we could be seeing another driver in the number 3 in 2026.
Yeah,
but,
I could see that. But we're working on 2025 predictions, not 2026. Yep. Jumping to JGR. Want to take those guys?
I can. Number 11, the Cucumber Man, Denny Hamlin, signed a multi-year extension in 2024, so he should be there. Our thoughts may differ on this. Number 20, Chris Bell is likely to return, as well as Ty Gibbs in the 54, and Martin Truex has the option for 2025. We don't know if he's going to take it or if he's going to retire. If you remember at the beginning of this season, it was kind of iffy if he was going to or not. So we'll see. You want to take these next guys since they kind of have a soft spot in both of our hearts?
Yeah, y'all may know who we're talking about. It's the Legacy Motor Club. So Eric Jones, as we know, signed a multi-year extension in 2023. Or 2022, rather. Not 2023. Sorry. And then I don't think John Hunter Nemechek's going anywhere either. He's probably going to sit nice and cozy because, I mean, it's the first season as Toyota, so they're getting their feet under them. Get that team rolling. I think we'll see some major progress next season, hopefully.
Yes, sir. To add to your point, I don't see John Hunter going really anywhere because, I mean, let's be honest, the Legacy kind of did give him a shot at Cup. Not only that, but I mean, he kind of turned the 42 around. In my opinion, at least at the beginning of the season, which I still think at the end of this season we're going to see a breakout, hopefully for Legacy. If not the end of this season, maybe the beginning of next. I think that they still are a very young team in comparison to a lot of others. And I think that the longer they go, the more bugs they're gonna work out. So they will have the ability to be better. I would love to see them in championship contingency next season. I mean, nice. I would love to see that. I would love to, and it's no secret that both you and I favor the 42 more than we do the 43. And I'm going to kind of break down that just a little bit just because I'm freaking ADHD. I mean, Eric's been in the 43 for what, 3 years?
I believe so, yeah, because he was in it before. I think he got in it in 2021, and then that's when he signed an extension. 2022.
Yeah, in 21 he signed with Petty GMS, and Ty Dillon was in the 42. Yep. And I mean, he ran good. Don't get me wrong, he's won some races. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, he's just kind of a mid-tier driver, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Yeah. I just feel like if he was more ambitious in some of his driving, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I feel like if he would actually push himself a little bit more, he would have like the ferocity of, I'm gonna say Christopher Bell, like not, and this is coming from a Bell fan, not saying anything, but like Bell kind of stays out of people's way and stuff, but he's more of a front pack driver. I mean,
Yeah.
more times than not, he finishes in the top 20. That's why he's in, what was it, 13th in the running right now, 11th, something like that.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's. I feel like they're kind of in the same bracket in that sense, where like they're too nice for their own good. Does that make sense? Like,
Nah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, I just feel like Eric, if he would get more aggressive with a lot of his moves, he would be a top 20 contingents for most of, you know what I mean, not finishing 23rd, 24th. John Hunter, I think he just needs more time to be around the Cup drivers. I feel like he's doing the same thing that Gibbs did last season. If you remember, Gibbs kind of ran like crap, and then this season he become stupid decent.
Yeah, he's been up at the front quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm banking on. I hope Nemechek is the same way. He's just got to find his stride. That's my hope.
I get it. I get it. I'm hoping he sticks around and starts bringing some at least some top tens to us. Be nice.
I think he's bringing a lot of good sponsors.
Yeah.
And
did you see the car for this weekend?
I did. It looks nice.
Yeah. If you're interested in that one, this video will be posted after that video. So, go check out that paint scheme video that we dropped earlier.
Yes, sir.
So, Rick Ware.
Okay, yeah. We'll move on. We'll move on because we got a little bit covered. So Rick Ware and the number 51, Justin Haley, signed a multi-year extension in 2023, so he will most likely be there. And then the number 15, Riley Herbst. Yeah. Now remember, this is Voodoo's list.
Yeah. Now I put Riley Herbst here, but I feel like it'll still be kind of like a by committee deal. But I think instead of Kaz Grala being the main focus of that ride, I think it'll shift to Riley Herbst. But they'll still have a couple races that Cody Ware pops in, and maybe some other racers as well.
So you think it'll be kind of like what they're doing this season with Kaz?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the same way next season.
I could see that coming from like Rick Ware. Honestly, I could also see it. I kind of agree with the. Which is the next point, which I'll let you read here in just a second. But I agree with the committee on this team that you're talking about next. I just don't agree with the people.
Yeah. Well, that's the people that are by committee this season.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that they'll be the same guys next season. But speaking of, Colleague said they weren't going nowhere. So we're not putting them nowhere, and they're not merging with nobody. I don't think that they're at the caliber to pick up another charter either. So I think the number 16 is going to stay by committee. As we know, this season it's AJ Allmendinger, Josh Williams, and SVG. However, come later, one or so of these drivers, I think will have a full-time spot. So it'll be a different group. But the other seat would be the 31 of Daniel Hemrick. I'm not sure about his contract, but I feel like I don't know. I don't think he'd go anywhere. I think he'll sit still.
So on the next team, we've got the Wood Brothers, which they've been in NASCAR forever. Their driver, Harrison Burton, he is put out that he's not going to ride with the Wood Brothers again.
We're not going to reveal the driver we think taking this spot quite yet.
No,
we're gonna put it up there, just so you can see that Harrison Burton's got the ride now. But
right now we're just covering the the people that are here this season,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
If
make
you
sure.
want, I'll let you continue with old Pitbull.
Oh, okay. So Trackhouse, you got the number one, Ross Chastain. His contract is through next year. And Daniel Suarez, which is likely to return. Which they're a good duo. I don't see them going anywhere, to be honest.
I mean, as of right now, Daniel Suarez is the only one that's gonna win. So
Yeah,
this
but
season,
you take a look at last season. Chastain was tearing it up. I mean, look at the Hell Melon run in Martinsville.
now banned in every
Now
country.
banned. But Trackhouse would be stupid to let him go. Only
Sure,
because
yeah.
I mean, look at his fan base. What, especially in this newer era of NASCAR. I mean, it was one thing to, in the 90s where you'd get Rainbow Warriors versus Men in Black. You get what I'm saying? But there's not a lot of drivers that have the personality that Chastain does.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And I feel like he's not one of those drivers that you try and like stay away from off the track either. I feel like he's a pretty down to earth, cool fella. Although I haven't met him yet, so if you want to meet Ross, I'm fine with that.
I get from him, yeah. Like Ross, if you're watching this, we'd love to meet you. We'd like to ask you, a handful of questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get the same vibe. He's down to earth. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Trackhouse as a team. I like their whole team setup. I think they're all chill people.
Yeah.
Versus you look at like teams like that have been in the sport forever, like Hendrick and Joe Gibbs, where they're so big that they can't really just be down to earth. Honestly, in order to be as what's the word I'm looking for? Functional as they are.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just look at the powerhouse that Joe Gibbs has this season and seasons in the past.
Yeah, and it's hopefully it'll continue to stay where it's at. We'll see.
I agree.
As you can see, our graphics getting pretty full here. We only got a couple more teams to go through before we start talking about what the shuffling's gonna be. So next up we got 2311 with the 23. Bubba Wallace ain't going nowhere. Bubbles is staying put.
And let's be honest, after last season, I don't know if any other team would take him.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just talking about not his win record, because he did win a couple last year. I'm thinking of 22. He won Kansas. But I mean, like, just the fits that he kind of threw, and I mean, I think he's getting better. I think he's starting to grow up and realize, hey, I can't be throwing fit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, that's just my take on it.
Well, we'll see. I mean, he did sign a multi-year extension back in 2022, so I don't know how many years that was for.
That, and I don't think Michael Jordan's going to let him go anywhere just for ethnic reasons, and that's what I'm going to say and leave it at that.
I mean, if you look back at him 5 years ago, like, he wasn't even contending for like mid-pack racing, but now he's actually pulling out some wins and stuff. So
he's
definitely getting better. Well, I mean, he's performing better than Harrison Burton already. But anyways,
I said he was the Harrison Burton.
So his teammate, the 45 of Tyler Reddick, probably going to stay in that seat as well. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, all I'm saying is he'd be an idiot to go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying.
So we got one more team to talk about here.
Yes, sir. You got Front Row Motorsports. The number 38 of Todd Gilliland is likely to return, and the 34 and 36 are vacant, and they were confirmed that they are going to buy a charter from Stewart-Haas.
It doesn't specifically say Stewart-Haas, but I mean, look at the timing.
Yeah.
Now the 36 isn't confirmed that that's the car that they're going to be running, but that's the car that they ran a few times this season. I figured it's probably the number that they're going with. That's 2 spots open there on front row that they need to fill.
Yes, sir.
So that's one of the 4 charters available from Stewart-Haas. I saw Bob Pockris tweet basically saying that obviously front row was one of the front runners. Well, they're confirmed. Then you got Trackhouse. So you got the 91, probably that's the most recent number that they ran with SVG winning that Chicago street course. I think that'll be one of the charters that comes from that Stewart-Haas deal. And then next up, I think 2311 grabs one, and that'll run the 67, which we don't have a driver set up for that yet. That's going to leave one charter floating about out there. But before we talk about that last charter, let's talk about filling these empty seats to see who that last charter is going to go to. I mean, and if you look at the graphic kind of closely, it's kind of hinted already. There's only one spot available there. But we mentioned before, so these are my speculation of drivers. So I'll go over these, and when we get to your slide, I'll let you go over yours. For the 21, obviously we know Harrison Burton is going bye-bye. I think the most likely candidate to fill his spot is a Stewart-Haas driver, that being the 14 of Chase Briscoe is going to be taking that spot. I've seen a couple of tweets out there that kind of rumor out to this. That's why I'm kind of going with it that way. But I think that's most likely where he's going to fall. So we're not going to jump to front row yet, but we know Michael McDowell flipped over to the 71, which kicked Zane Smith out of a spot. Where is Zane Smith going to wind up? Well, he's currently with Trackhouse. So why not put him on that Trackhouse charter and throw him in the 91? Put Zane Smith in that 91, and that way Trackhouse has their driver covered. SVG kind of in the Xfinity series right now, so they may not want to bring him up quite yet. See, jumping to front row motorsports in the 34, I think it's going to be another Stewart-Haas driver going to take that spot, and that's going to be the loveliness that is Josh Berry. He'll jump into that ride and hopefully elevate front row to the more wins and whatnot. And then the 36 of front row, I think is going to pull his teammate in, and Noah Gragson's going to fill that spot. They're going to remain teammates, going to remain with Ford, and keep that ball rolling forward. That leaves one more seat that I said was going to be there that is not full, and that's the 67 for 2311. And I think that is not going to Ryan Preece. I think Ryan Preece is going to miss out on that ride, and it's going to go to a reserve driver of this season, Corey Hahn. He'll jump into that seat. So that's pretty much all of them, except for that one last charter that's floating out there. You know, there's 36 charters. We only got 35 drivers here. I think before they sign this new deal that they got on their plate to look at right now, Trackhouse is going to be that one last team to squeeze in 4 teams before they lock it down to only being able to have 3 teams. And with that being said, they're going to pull that 97 out and throw SVG in it, baby. Yeah, buddy, SVG making a Cup Series appearance. Those are my 36 picks. That's what I think we got. So coming up here is we're going to flip it over to a different slide. And these will be...
I hope I have enough picks. I just was trying to count, and I was like, I hope I made enough.
Yeah, you should be good.
Okay.
So as we mentioned before, there's a big chunk of drivers that we agreed on, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop all those up here, save y'all some time. Bam. These are all the drivers we agree on.
Yes, sir.
We got Ross Chastain, Austin squared, I guess.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Corey LaJoy, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, the by committee of the 15 and 16, Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr. I'm surprised he picked Chris Bell to keep his spot. I'm just kidding. He loves Chris Bell. Joey Logano, Bubbles, William Byron, Daniel Hemrick, Todd Gilliland, John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Justin Haley, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, and Daniel Suarez. And if you look at the layout, and you remember my layout, some of the drivers are mixed around a little bit.
That
That means some numbers may be changing, and teams may be changing charter picks and stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to old JT Dallas to let him do his stuff and explain his picks.
All right, so I'm going to completely skip over front row at first. I'm going to start with Trackhouse. So
That's going to make it difficult for my graphics, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, which one would you rather me start with?
Well, I mean, I told you I was going to do it in the order you had them on there.
Okay. Well, never mind. I'll do it in the order I got. Is that going to help you?
It'll help me. But
So
I mean...
we'll start with front row. Okay. So, like Voodoo said, in front row, as of right now, Todd Gilliland is in the 38. As of right now. Well, my first pick is Noah Gragson's going to be moving to the 34. And Chase Briscoe is moving to the 36. Now, I'm not going to lie. I originally had another driver there. But
yeah, which I did not change. So you see the graphic is wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
At the last possible second, I was like, nah, that doesn't sound right. Because I originally had Allgaier in. Right? Is that the one I had in there?
That's what it's showing.
Okay. I originally had Allgaier in there solely because Dale Jr. was quoted saying that he would love to at least sponsor a charter. And Allgaier is one of JR Motorsports drivers right now.
Yep.
So I could see him sponsoring Allgaier and kind of doing I'm not going to say a rebrand, but at least a partnership deal with Front Row. So that's the reason I picked Allgaier, but then at the last minute I was like, I don't know, because there's not really any there's not really any evidence of him talking to teams, so I'm just gonna scrap that idea. That was my thought process just a second ago, and I knew that Chase Briscoe was the flagship for Stewart-Haas for a long while after Tony left, so I went with him in the 36. Now, this is the team that we differ on. I said that RFK is going to get the extra charter. And I think that Keselowski is going to run Josh Berry in the number 60. And the reason I picked the number 60 is because the RFK is already working on a 60 project. Off the top of my head, because I didn't put it in my notes, I can't tell you very much about it. I just know that they're working on it. They've announced it. So that's why I chose that car. And I chose Josh Berry because I feel like he matches the team dynamic more than any of the others as far as RFK versus Stewart-Haas. I feel like he would do really good there in Stewart-Haas. Moving on, I've got Trackhouse running SVG in the 91. The reason being, SVG has a lot of Trackhouse ties. They've ran them. They ran with Trackhouse ran SVG for the Chicago race last year. He was in the 91, I think.
He was.
Yeah, and they ended up winning. I believe that. I think it's a great match. I feel like they're ready to push him up into the Cup Series because I mean, let's be honest, he's been running supercars, which is like the Aussie version of NASCAR. Uh, yeah, I feel like he's ready. He's proven himself, especially on road courses. Even when he makes appearances, he runs mid pack. I mean, he's a decent runner. He obviously knows what he does, what he's doing. I think his time in Xfinity is going to do nothing but help and reinforce that thought. Now, for the kind of mix-up that I decided to go with, for 23XI, I've got Denny Hamlin. I feel like he's going to buy out his contract with Joe Gibbs because, let's be honest, Denny's been running for a long time. He's probably looking at retirement, and he himself said that he wants to retire with his own team. I feel like he's gonna try to get the number 11 from Joe Gibbs, which is gonna open up a spot. And since that opens a spot with Joe Gibbs, I feel like Joe Gibbs is gonna push Sheldon Creed in the number 18. He's already running the 18 for Xfinity. He's usually a top contender. I mean, I feel like if they were gonna push anybody, it would be him up to Cup. And I feel like he's gonna be in the number 18. Because let's be honest, 18 is a Joe Gibbs number, and for the first time since Rowdy moved to RCR, Joe Gibbs hasn't had an 18 for like 30 years. So I feel like they're gonna push that 18 up. That and it's just numerical. It's 18, 19, 20.
54. That's fair.
Yeah, but you know he's Joe's grandson, so he gets whatever he wants.
Right.
And then I've got we've it's known that Harrison Burton doesn't want to return to Wood Brothers, and I think Ryan Preece is gonna get scooped up by the Wood Brothers running the 21. And then Burton will either move back to Xfinity or not race at all. And those are my picks.
As you can see, we got a few different ones. And
Yeah.
he's got some heavy hitters in there, like 11 going to 23-11.
Yeah.
That's a big swing there. And then the 18 returning is pretty big. I could see RFK stealing a charter instead of Trackhouse getting two of them. I could see that. I almost thought about RFK getting one, but
One of the big reasons that I said, thought about RFK is in the past, 5, 6 races, they've been in the top 10, at least one of them, every race.
they have quite a few runner-up finishes this season.
Even including ones that got screwed out of. I mean,
yeah.
And even in some of those, both of them were up in the top 10, and I feel like that. I feel like that they're going to be the ones that, as far as a different team, they're going to be the ones that are looking to expand, and kind of get off the crutch of who were they affiliated with? I can't remember.
Who?
RFK. Weren't they affiliated with somebody?
Maybe Penske, but I'm not sure.
That might be what it is, because I knew they were. I thought they were affiliated with another one. I might be thinking of Colleague, honestly. But
Colleague and Trackhouse are the ones that are working together.
Yeah. I just didn't know if RFK was affiliated with anybody. Hang on, let me Google this real quick.
But yeah, you can see way too early predictions, and after we get some more information in the next, I don't know, couple months or so, we may decide to revisit it again. But with the Stewart-Haas news, we figured why not jump on here and make some crazy predictions, see what we can come up with. And I think it
They're aligned. They're aligned with Front Row.
Okay,
Front Row, yeah.
gotcha. Front Row's gonna beefing up their system this season coming up.
So there's a, I mean, there's a decent chance that they could be as well.
Yeah. So that is this bonus episode. Remember
Yes,
to keep
sir.
a lookout for a special episode since we hit 25 subscribers. We haven't figured out what we're gonna do for that episode yet, but we're gonna have some fun with it, I think.
Yeah. If you have any suggestions, be sure to throw down in the comments because we will definitely be reading them and replying. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And since this is a video about picks for 2025, why don't you throw your picks down in the comments as well?
Yeah. I would love to hear what you guys think about our picks. Like if you think mine's just stupid, let me know. I mean, but also since this is an RHPD episode, if you aren't entered into our giveaways, you should totally do that. It's free. So our big one is going to be ending July 1st. We're going to be doing a live because we go live every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But this live is going to be special. So if you guys have never watched, we're states apart. I think we're like 10, 12 hours apart. Well, for this one live, we're going to be together in Nashville because we're going to go watch the race together.
Yeah. The one webcam.
Yeah,
one couch probably.
One couch, maybe a hot tub, who knows? I mean, but July 1st is when we're going to be announcing our winner for the I don't even know what to call this giveaway. Track memorabilia giveaway? That's what I'm going to start
giveaway.
I don't know. In this giveaway, we showed it Monday. Yeah, we've got
a couple things.
3 or 4 signatures. We've got some hero cards. We've got some stuff we pulled from Texas, stuff we pulled from Talladega, stuff we're going to pull from Nashville that you won't even know until that video. So be sure to get into that. All you have to do is go into the comments and name one track. That's it. It could be Daytona. It could be Homestead. It can be Rockingham. I don't even care if you find some weird track that NASCAR ran in the 50s. Let us know. Tell us what track it is, and we will put you in the drawing. We will be announcing the winner on July 1st on our live when we talk about Nashville.
Yeah. What, 5 weeks away, isn't it?
Technically, it's closer to 4.
4.5. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like 4 and 2 days.
Almost a month.
Yep.
Insane.
I remember when I started counting and it was 20.
Yeah, we moving right along, man.
Yes, sir.
A good milestone to finally hit that 25, though. It feels nice.
Definitely. We haven't plugged this in a while, but we also have merch.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
I forget to talk about it. Yeah. So we've got these cool hats.
That's one style of the hat there. It comes in different colors. This is a different style of the hat that comes in different colors.
I think we've got one more style that's more of like a trucker style, don't we?
Yeah, we got that one. We got a t-shirt.
Yeah.
We have a hoodie too, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So the link to that will be in the description, I'm sure, from now on, because I just remembered about it. I'm like,
it's been in the description for quite a few videos. We just don't shout it out during the stream. That's a good point.
Yeah, maybe we should put that in our notes to shout it out.
Maybe so. We forget stuff if it's not in the notes.
Right. Yeah. Check out our merch. If you have any suggestions for anything, just shout out to us. Follow us on X. I mean, you can reach out to us there. Man, I really don't know what else there is. Check out on Mondays. Like I said, we go live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I also usually edit this week. Yes, on YouTube. You can also see the VODs there. Once a week, Voodoo posts a paint schemes slideshow that he does himself.
Which,
On
like I
as
mentioned
well.
earlier, the one for the Enjoy Illinois 300 was posted earlier today, so you should
Yeah, definitely go check that out. On Monday mornings, I post weekend winners, which all it is what track you're at and who won that previous weekend. Check that out. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
Your weekend winners video is going to be interesting this weekend because Xfinity is in Portland while everybody else is in Gateway.
Oh, that's right. How am I going to do that? I'll figure it out.
Challenge accepted. Yeah, thank you guys for watching and dropping that or smashing that like button. I think it's over there somewhere.
It kind of depends on if you're on phone or.
Yeah. Hit the subscribe button over on the other side, and
somewhere in this general vicinity.
Yes, sir. All right. That's it, y'all.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to lead us out with this saying. Thank you guys so much for riding shotgun with us on this episode, this bonus episode of Raise Hail, Praise Dale. Remember, the checkered flag might fall, but the excitement never ends. So until next time, keep the pedal to the metal and the passion for racing burning bright. This is Raise Hail, Praise Dale signing off. Catch you in the next turn.